Hello everybody and welcome to this week's free newsletter from Trade with Precision. My name's Simon Clark, and in this newsletter I'm going to be talking about the difference between trading with a decisive trading strategy versus, well, the alternative. If we're not trading with a decisive trading strategy, then think about what you are trading with. Is it just gut instinct? Is it a hunch? Or is it even guesswork? So to try and demonstrate this, I'm going to take a look at a couple of markets that I've been keeping a close eye on today for opportunities. The first one here is Eurodollar. If we take a look at Eurodollar, come down onto the weekly chart first of all, we can see that the market's in a nice solid downtrend. Nice lower lows and lower highs in the market, moving averages all in the right order, and we've also got some lovely convergence here on the indicators. Many of the reasons and many of the technical factors that we look at within our trading strategies. We've also got small bearish candle there setting up for today, or certainly so far for today. But what I want to highlight to you is this level through here, 134,000. If we just take a look back here, we can see that this level has been tested as prior support and resistance. And if I just knock the chart back even more, we can start to see that this level actually goes right the way back in time, and it goes back much further from this as well. So let's come down the time frames even more and start to take a look at what other things actually started to stack up here. Looking at the mid time frames like the 4-hour chart and the 8-hour chart, we had this sort of level forming through here, this 134,000 level. We can see that the market has pulled up above 134, and now we've got some nice small candles. Certainly here on the 480 chart, certainly starting to look very nice. However, if we come down to the time frames, lower time frames even more, and come down to the 15-minute chart, you can see that earlier on today we had a flat level on the 15-minute chart with 3 tests of the level. We also had flat indicators, certainly the MACD here, and we had convergence here with the RSI. So again, many other reasons. Just underneath the flat level, by the way, is a pivot as well. So for many, traders would be looking at this and thinking, what a very nice breakout trade or breakout trade to the short side here. Nice flat level, tested 3 times, pivot there as well. But let's just observe where that higher time frame level was, that 134,000 level, which has been prior support and resistance going back in time. You can even see how many times this is actually tested here on the 15-minute chart through here from what we can see. So even just putting our stop behind the high up here just means that, well, we've got about sort of equal risk reward by the time price comes down to 134,000. So certainly for me, this is something that would keep me out of taking any potential expansion trade this side of 134,000. Indeed, if we look at what happened, the market did break through, moved probably a quarter of the way or a third of the way before started to pull back up again. Now, the trade may well play out, but that what we're looking at here is we're looking at probabilities. If I took this trade, this setup trading into historical support 100 times, how many times is that trade going to be successful? That's what a trading strategy can help us with. Now, the second one that I've been keeping a close eye on here is cable. So if we take a look at Great British Pound against the US dollar, we can see that on this market here on the weekly chart, been in a solid uptrend. In fact, the market's just pulled back beyond the buy zone here, still in an uptrend here on the weekly, but we've had quite a hefty pullback over the past sort of 4 weeks. If we come down to the lower time frames, we can see here on the daily chart, the market's, well, this pullback's much more mature. We've actually established now a downtrend here on the daily. Here on the mid time frames, like the 240 and the 480, we've just got nice optimal chart structure to the short side. Lovely clear lower highs and lower lows, lovely fanning moving averages, lovely convergence on the indicators, just everything looking very nice. But as we can see at the moment, the market's just pulling back into the sell zone. In fact, this wasn't the opportunity that I was looking at earlier on. If we come back down here to the lower time frames, like here on the 15-minute chart, we know that this market was in a downtrend today. In fact, if we look here on the 15-minute chart, there was a flat level that was tested once, twice, 3 times now. But even looking at this, we can see that as this has played out today, the market's now started to move back up again. In fact, this just wasn't clear enough. It wasn't, decisive enough. It didn't tie up with all of my strategy rules for looking at an opportunity short along this level. So with this market, what I will be doing though is coming back up to these higher time frames, starting to look for opportunities, utilizing a different strategy as price comes back up into the sell zone here. So you can see that we use these strategy rules for a number of different reasons, not only to decide when to get into a trade, but also when to stay out of a trade. Trading's not all about guesswork, it's not all about trading hunches, but it's about probabilities. It's a business of probabilities, it's a business of having an edge in the markets and executing that edge. So if you want to find out more about trading strategies, then come and join us on our webinars this week. We're running 2 webinars, or one webinar in 2 different time frames, I should say. Now this webinar is called the 5 Pillars of Trading Strategy. As you can guess by the title, we're going to be looking at trading strategies throughout this webinar. We're going to be looking at the things that we use within our trading strategies, how to make your trading strategy work for you. So 2 times, we've got the Wednesday the 6th of August. We've got the different locations here around the globe as to when that session runs. We've also got another one on the 6th, and we've got different time zones here as well. So wherever you are in the world, there will always be a time zone that will be suitable for you. So we look forward to seeing you on the webinar, and look forward to speaking to you next time. Bye for now.